Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Happy to see you all. Happy to be back always in Hobart. So because I can see you all. We have a group of very enthusiastic devotees, and that actually helps us to come and share something about Krishna. Om Jnanatimidandhasya Jnananchana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I heard you are all regularly attending Friday or Saturday program. You are learning. You are started chanting some rounds. So you are all on the path of progress in Krishna consciousness. So we thought of speaking a topic which is very important. It is talking about where we are living, what is all about in this material realm, and what is in the spiritual realm. So you might have seen Atlas, right? Have you seen Atlas? Especially as kids, at least. We used to have a lot of look into Atlas. Have you had a look into Atlas? No? Now it's not so important because we have Google Maps. So you can see everything on your phone. However, we are talking about Atlas of the whole world, including both material and spiritual worlds. So as a disclaimer, there are a lot of points, there are a lot of lokas, there are a lot of planets, there are a lot of details, and because of that you have to pay good attention. Otherwise it will be difficult to know where we are and where we are going to go. So we will describe all those. So let's try here. So that is gone one step away. Okay, here we go. This is an overall picture which will not make much sense at this point. That's why I have shown like this. And we'll move forward, and as we move forward, we will try to understand. So here, let's try to go closer. Can you see this is the spiritual realm? Is that clear for everyone? You can see the spiritual realm there, having different planets in the spiritual world. I think you need to come a bit more closer. As closer as possible is better. Otherwise, it can be a bit challenging, and Madhuri can maybe sit there. Yeah. Is it visible at least to some degree? So we will explain further how it is going. Yeah. So now let's move forward. We will not explain. So that is the spiritual realm, and this is the material realm, where we are actually describing one universe. Can you see one universe among many universes? What is the shape of each universe? More oval, more precisely egg-shaped, right? Oval or egg-shaped. So this is why each universe in Sanskrit is known as Brahmanda. Brahmanda. So Brahma, Anda, you know Anda, right? Anda means egg. So it's Brahmanda. It's not small egg, but it is a universal egg. So Brahmanda is huge. So here we are seeing this one universe, and in this one universe, let's try to zoom in a little bit so that we can see where we are. Can you see? Where are we now? We are in Bhuloka, or the earthly planet. So here we are in Australia, we are down under, we are further down under in Tasmania, in Hobart, right? That too even further down. Yes. So one time Ramayaswamy Maharaj, he's the national GBC for Australia, he's an Australian. Ramayaswamy Maharaj, he wrote to Srila Prabhupada we are now preaching in Tasmania. This was in 70s. We have a center here in Tasmania and we are preaching in Tasmania, and Maharaj wrote to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada responded saying that I am very happy that you are preaching in the very remote corner of this world. Maharaj was telling, we thought, yeah, we were in just Tasmania. It's not the remote corner of the world, it's just right here, just 1 hour flight. But Prabhupada is seeing, from the remote corner of the world. So similarly, when we see this whole universal affair, we are actually in a very remote corner of this earthly planet. So here we are. You go to a big shopping mall, you are here. Can you see that? Similarly, here is the note. You are here. Can you see in the Bhuloka? You are here. So please identify yourself. We are living in this earth planet in Australia, in Tasmania, in Hobart, in Mount Stewart. So that's where we are sitting at this point, okay? So of course, in the presence of Lord of the Universe, Lord Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. So we are in a very auspicious presence here. So here, I'll try to explain further what one universe comprises of. What is there in one universe? And then we can go further. Are we okay? So far, all right? So everyone remember, we are looking into one Brahmanda, and we are just trying to zoom into Brahmanda. And here, you can see, down here, you can see Bhuloka, or the earthly planet, right? And can you see what is above that? Earth. That is called Bhuvarloka. Previously it was Bhuloka. From Bhuloka we have gone to Bhuvarloka. Bhuvarloka is the realm where even Rakshasas and ghosts are living. Even Puranas, you hear about Rakshasas and the ghosts and the demons who are fighting with Indra, fighting in the Surgaloka, etc. So they are living in the higher planets above the earthly planet. The reason being, they have subtle body. Do you understand what is the subtle body made of? What is the subtle body made of?
Mind, intelligence.
Yeah, mind, intelligence, ego, etc. So these Rakshasas and these Asuras living there, they have subtle body, and that's why they are higher than us. And then onwards, they are all very great personalities who are living there. So to give an understanding, in the higher planets, they are all in the mode of goodness, Sattvagun. They are all embodying Sattvagun. And earth planet, what is the main guna? Passion is in predominance. Since passion is in predominance, we are all about expanding more and more and more. Workaholics, do this, do that, trying to enjoy in this way, that way. So this is the nature of Bhuloka, this loka. And higher planets, starting from Swargaloka, they are predominantly in the mode of goodness. So they get into goodness higher and higher as they are going up in the planetary realms. So there are, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including Bhuloka, there are 7 on the top level, right? And there are 7 down as well. So if you go to the next one, Swargaloka, you have all heard about Swargaloka, or the heavenly planets. Heavenly planets, who is the king of heaven? Indra. Who are the other demigods? Varuna, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu. All of them are residing in Swargaloka, in the heavenly realm. So you can see that the heavenly realm. So there, the demigods are there. There are 33 million demigods. And these demons, they attack the Swargaloka. That's why you can see this heavenly fights between the demons and the demigods. Because they are up there and the demigods are up there and they can have clashes. Higher than Swargaloka is Maharloka. So Maharloka, there even more pious living entities are residing in Maharloka. So even in Swargaloka, they are devotees of the Lord. However, they are quite engrossed in sense gratification, because there is Nandana Kanana forest, there are Apsaras, there are Gandharvas. What do the Gandharvas do? They are the heavenly singers, and the Apsaras are heavenly dancers. So there is a lot of enjoyment there, and they have Varuni drink, which is a kind of an alcohol, but not of the alcohol which is available here. It is heavenly alcohol, you can say. So they had different beverages, they have great food, and they don't go old. Good life, right? Enjoying in all different ways, and they don't go old. They keep going for thousands and thousands of years. So this is Sargaloka. Of course, it's not eternal, but for quite some time. And there the Lord is residing as Upendra. Upendra. Indra is there. Upendra is the worshipable Lord in Swargaloka. So it's the same Upendra as Trivikrama. Trivikrama is the same as Vamanadev. Have you heard about Vamanadev? The dwarf incarnation of Vishnu, who came as a little brahmachari Brahmin boy, who became suddenly a gigantic form as Trivikrama, and he assumed the form of Upendra, and he is residing in this Swargaloka. So he is the worshipable Lord of Swargaloka, the heavenly planet. So all the demigods, they know we have the Lord here in the form of Upendra. Clear? So this is the second higher. After Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, and then Swargaloka. Higher is Maharloka, because in the Maharloka, the devotees who are residing there, they are even more pious, and they are directly engaged in worshipping the Lord there. So these two planets, Maharloka and Janaloka, combined, if you see, combined, their primary job is to produce children of very high caliber. So we see that they are all sages, and their children, they are all of equal quality. So here we can see Maharloka and Janaloka. Great sages are living, including the 7 sages. You might have heard about different sages, great sages, 7 sages. Saptarishis, you might have heard of the Saptarishis. If you go in the night sky, you can see the 7 sages, right? In the form of a kite, you can see the Saptarishi constellation, you can see that. So they are residing in that region. So they are great sages, and because of their spiritual advancement, they are able to produce children of great caliber. And they do sacrifices. Havans, the fire sacrifices they perform, and in that form they are worshipping the Lord. So they are progenitors, Prajapatis. They reside in these lokas, Maharloka and Janaloka. Now, to give some interesting thing, when the destruction take place, ultimately first is fire that comes. Even there are destructions in between. There are pralaya, in between pralaya, and have you heard the term pralaya? The deluge, the great flood that actually covers the entire universe at the time of destruction. But there are in between destructions as well. There's a midday destruction of Brahma's day. Midday there is a destruction, and sometimes here there are partial destructions. And before that flood, there is fire, and then there is flood. So when there is a fire is coming, all these lokas, they are very afraid. They can feel the heat. They try to go to the higher realms to escape. Earth, up to Swarga, everything is down. So upper planets, Maharloka, Janaloka, they can feel the heat. They try to go to the next loka, Janaloka. So Maharloka and Janaloka are like that. They are like 2 compartments. They are accessible. They can go there. And great Prajapatis, great Manus, they are all residing there. And then higher than Janaloka, the planets of progenitors, is the planet of great brahmacharis, great tapasvis, great renunciants. They are living in Tapoloka. So they are engaged in only one activity, and that activity is meditation. The four Kumaras, have you heard about four Kumaras? Chatush Kumaras, the first sons of Brahma. Brahma wanted to create progeny, create children in this world, because the whole purpose of Brahma creating this world is to have different people are there and then they can produce children. Why there are children are required? All the souls who are stuck, they have different karmas and they need a material body to go through their karma, both enjoyment and suffering. And so Brahma is entrusted to produce children who can populate this world. That is called creation, the beginning of creation. And the first sons of Brahma are the four Kumaras: Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanat, Sanandana. These Kumaras, and they were born and Brahma asked these four Kumaras, now your duty is to perform austerities and then you can produce children. This is your service for Krishna. But these four Kumaras straight away told, no, this we cannot follow. We have full respect for you. You are our father, you are Swayambhu, because you are born directly from the Lord. But we cannot follow your order because we don't want to get entangled by the family life. Because we want to achieve spiritual perfection. By birth, they were already spiritually very, very advanced, having Brahman realization. And so they said, we don't want to get entangled. So they controlled their body so that they remained as 5 years old for all the time. Now also they are just 5 years old. So young boys, four Kumaras. That much control they had on their body and the mind. They said if they reach puberty, the mind can get disturbed. So it's natural. What can we do? So we don't want to go through that. Rather, we simply want to focus on the Lord. So these four Kumaras, they are the leaders of Tapoloka. What are they doing? If you are sitting like this, they will be simply meditating. Simply meditating, that's about it. And nothing else. Sometimes when they want a break from the meditation, what do? They just come together and discuss Upanishads and very cryptic topics which no one else can understand, and then again they disperse. They go back, they continue their meditation. And their point is, in this meditation we can have all the experiences. Why we go externally? Everything is internal, and they are meditating on Vishnu. Clear? This is Tapoloka. And higher than Tapoloka is famous Satyaloka, which is Brahmaloka, the abode of Brahma, Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma, as we can see, he is sitting on the lotus and he is worshipping the Supreme Lord. And Brahma has his associates. They are all living there. They are engaged in pure devotion service. But only one problem. They can go back home, back to Godhead when? At the end of Brahma's, not day, Brahma's life. So we are talking about a long period. You know, we are living in which yuga? Kali Yuga. How long is this Kali Yuga?
432,000.
Exactly, 432,000 years. Long time, right? 432,000 years. And the previous age, which was Dapar Yuga, it is
860.
exactly twice. And the previous one, Treta Yuga, thrice period of Kali Yuga. And the first one, Satya Yuga, 4 times. In other words, if you add all these 4 yugas, it is 432,000 multiplied by 10. That is the time period of one yuga cycle, or known as one Divya Yuga. This one yuga cycle is known as Divya Yuga. And such 1,000 yuga cycles comprise one day of Brahma. Can you imagine? And then one night of Brahma. Like that, Brahma lives for 100 years of his calculation. So this is such a long period. Yes, so the residents of the Brahma's planet, Satyaloka, they can go back home, back to Godhead, because they are practicing pure devotion service only after billions and trillions of years. So they are still there. They are practicing the Krishna consciousness over there. So this is the upper planets. So we are in the middle. These are the upper planets where pious living entities are residing. Any questions so far?
Just trying to understand what you're saying and trying to correlate the Rakshasas and ghosts.
Yes.
How do
They are considered in a higher realm because their bodies are subtle.
but not pious.
They are not pious.
Yeah.
They are not pious, but they have this special position in the higher realm because they have more power. That's why they are able to fight with the demigods. So you can see always there's a fight between the demigods and the demons. So for example, even somebody is in heaven, still life is not peaceful. If you go up in the corporate ladder or if you political heights, if you go, life is not peaceful. There is always fight there. Similarly, at the realm of the demigod, Sargaloka, there is always fight. There is always anxiety because the demons are trying to take over the position. So that is the Bhuvarloka demons they can easily attack. So that's how they are.
Prabhu,
Yes.
well, my understanding was, maybe I'm wrong, but we thought that Rakshasas were below.
Yes, we'll get to that. There are plenty of Rakshasas and plenty of demons. Just wait for a few seconds. Yeah.
Some above us.
Yeah, there are some more as well. So we'll get into the details of that. Okay. Okay, can you see that lotus stem?
Yeah.
So all these planets are within the lotus stem. And on top of the lotus stem is a lotus flower where Lord Brahma resides. So when Brahma, in the beginning of creation, Brahma was awake, he couldn't see anything, he couldn't understand, he didn't know who was he and what he has to do, he didn't know anything. And then he tried to see what's going on. So he tried to go up, he couldn't see anything. He went inside the stem, he traveled and he tried to find out, where am I? Who am I? What am I supposed to do? He couldn't do anything. He didn't know anything. This universe is nothing did exist. And then he got this inspiration from the Lord. 2 letters from the Sanskrit alphabet, Ta and Pa. That's what Bhagavatam says, Ta and Pa. So Tapa. Tapa means austerities. Now you perform austerities in service of Krishna. That's where Brahma started his meditation upon the Supreme Lord. And then the Lord gave him knowledge, wisdom to do creation. He revealed the service. So this is how, for all of us, it is like that. We need to chant Krishna's names. We need to be in the association of the devotees. Then it becomes more and more clearer what service we are meant to do in service of the Lord. We all have service. Now and the future and eternally we have service. And ultimately in the spiritual world, we have our unique service to the Lord, our personal service to the Lord. So here is an example of Brahma whose service was revealed. Okay? Shall we go down? So your favorite area now we're going to. Okay, here. Yes, here we go. So now we are going down. Can you see different planets? Atala. So this is the planet beneath Earth. So the entire planetary system under Earth, they together are known as Bilaswarga. Up is Swarga, this is called Bilaswarga. Why it's called Bilaswarga? Bila means hole. Dark hole is called Bila. So underneath is called Bilaswarga because the sunlight doesn't enter Bilaswarga. So it's not lit by the sunlight. So this is Bilaswarga. And even in Bilaswarga, it is called still Swarga, heavenly, because there is material enjoyment. Even though it's not the higher planet, still there is material enjoyment, or it is the realm for material enjoyment. So that is Bilaswarga. And there we can see Atala. Atala. What is the speciality of Atala? All these planets, different kinds of demons are living. Atala, it is mentioned, the demons are completely engaged in sense gratification. So they have full opportunity for sense gratification. So the whole realm is meant for drinking, all the illicit affairs and sense gratification. That is the whole prominence of Atala. And they live longer than earthly realm. And they are living there in Atala. So this is one kind of demons engaged in sense gratification. Further down is Vitala. There also demons are staying, but there is something special about Vitala. The Lord of Vitala is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva resides in the lower planets as well. Lord Shiva resides in Kailasa, but an expansion of the Lord along with Mother Parvati live in Vitala. So they manage all these demons. Demons cannot touch them because they are very powerful. The demons again engaged all these activities which are sinful, and they are in Vitala. One level down is Sutala. Sutala is also a planet of demons, but there resides a pure devotee. Do you know who is that? Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj resides in the Sutala planet. So he is the lord of the Sutala planet because Bali Maharaj is born as a demon in the family of Prahlad Maharaj. And then who pushed him down to Sutala planet? Vamanadev. You know Vamanadev. You know the pastime, right? That Bali Maharaj usurped the kingdom of heaven and he made Indra flee, and then he was ruling the world, and then finally Vamanadev had to come and he had to subdue Bali Maharaj because Vamanadev came as a young Brahmin boy, young brahmachari, and he approached Bali Maharaj. So it is the custom. Bali Maharaj said, take a seat, wash the feet, take a seat. So what can I offer to you? Vamanadev said, just give me 3 steps of land. That's all. So Bali Maharaj said, you are a young boy, you don't know what to beg. How can you go to a king, to an emperor, ask 3 steps of land, ask for a planet, ask for a kingdom, something substantial. Why do you ask for this? Then Vamanadev replied that if one is not satisfied with what one needs, one will not be satisfied even if we get the entire world. So he started speaking different things and he said, I need only 3 steps. And then he said, you can measure with your feet, you take 3 steps, no problem. So first step, Vamanadev, he immediately became gigantic as Trivikrama. He covered the entire world. With his first step, he covered all the lower planets. Even covered the second step, he covered the upper planets. And then he didn't have space for the third step. So he asked Bali Maharaj, you promised that you will give 3 steps and you are not honoring your own promise. Is it fair? So then Bali Maharaj couldn't do anything. But Bali Maharaj said, according to logic, the possessor of the property is greater than the possession. Okay. If Prabhu wants this house, Prabhu is greater than the possession, this place. In that sense. So in this way, he said, okay, then you accept the third step on my head. So then the Lord said, okay, I'll accept the third step, but you will be arrested because you couldn't fulfill your promise. Then he was arrested. Then finally he was sent to Sutala planet. So the Lord gave full mercy because Bali Maharaj surrendered completely unto the Lord, and the Lord gave mercy so much so that in the Sutala planet the doorkeeper is Vamanadev. He sent Bali Maharaj to Sutala planet, but the Lord himself became the doorkeeper. So if you go to Sutala planet, you can see Vamanadev. He is standing at the doorstep, protecting Bali Maharaj. So this is the love of the Lord for his devotees. Can you see? So this is Sutala planet. But everyone else is a demon. And they don't want to follow Bali Maharaj or Vamanadev. They are not devotees. They are again engrossed more in sense gratification. So that is Sutala. Even further down is Talatala. Like people like Maya Danava, they all reside in Talatala. Great demons with mystic powers. There's a lot of details to it, but in simple words. And further down is Mahatala. Mahatala is known for multi-hooded serpents living there. So they are demons in the form of serpents, and multi-hooded serpents are living in this planet. And further down is Rasatala. Rasatala is again the place of many, many big demons. And finally, Patala. Patala, have you heard of Patala Loka? Patala also demons and different snakes are given, living over there. It is mentioned that there are in big snakes, they have big jewels on their hood, and that is giving light to that place. It is actually enlightening. It is like the whole place is lit by these jewels. So this is the lower planets, and then there are hellish planets, Pitraloka, etc. all in that region. Hellish planets, right? Naraka, we call Naraka. That is also in that region. It's not part of the 7 planets. It is on the side to these lower 7 planets. That is the hellish planets. And there is a Pitraloka as well. Pitraloka means that is also heavenly. Pitraloka is heavenly. Pitraloka is pious planet. Even though Pitraloka is down there, it's pious planet. One has to perform pious activities, punya karma, to go to Pitraloka down there. And the lord of the Pitraloka is Yamaraj. Have you heard about Yamaraj? Yeah, Yamaraj is the lord of the Pitraloka, and Yamaraj punishes, and who has to go to hell, Yamaraj sends them to the hellish planets, Naraka. Clear? It's a lot of details, but you got an idea. That is lower planets, all about demons. Even though great personalities do live there, but they are not affected by this. They are simply taking care of it's like the jail warden is not affected by the punishments in the jail, similarly. Okay? So upper planets predominated by mode of goodness, middle planet, earth, predominated by mode of passion, Rajogun, and down predominated by the mode of ignorance. This is the universe. This is the universe. In the middle we are situated. Good? Now let's discuss a little bit further about this stem of the lotus flower. This lotus stem, where is it going to? Can you see where is the lotus stem is going to? To the navel of Vishnu. He is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, he is lying there. From his navel sprouts this lotus, and all the planets are within the stem, and on top is the lotus flower where Lord Brahma resides. So this Vishnu is known as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, who is lying on Garbhodaka ocean on Anantashesh. So you got an idea of one universe, right? You can see here upper planets, you can see different Indra sitting on Airavata, on the elephant. You can see Ganesh there, but all other demigods are also there. Any questions so far? Shall we go further?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So here, can you see here different, this Anda, the universe is a Brahmanda. It has covering. Can you see what is the first covering? Earth covering. Earth covering. And what is the next covering?
Water.
Water. So it is said first is the earth covering, and 10 times thicker is the water covering. 10 times thicker is the fire. 10 times more is air. 10 times more is ether. 10 times more mind. Then intelligence, and then false ego. Have you heard these terms before? Earth, water, fire, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. Where else have you heard this? Exactly. We are made of this. Can you see this microscopic and macroscopic view? What are we made of? You see earth. Can you see earth? Water inside. How many water? A good percentage of the human body is made of water. So earth, water, fire. Yes. Digestion. There has to be fire in the stomach. You will have fire. A lot of fire will be there. So that is fire. That air. Body has so much different kinds of air which is moving. And then ether, space inside. And then mind, intelligence, false ego. And within that is the soul. Can you see that? Similarly, the same concept, the same layers are there covering an individual universe. And if you consider this thickness, it's very interesting. Tell me a place which is 1 kilometer from here. City. Okay, North Hobart. Very 1K from here, right? So assume earth layer is 1 kilometer thick. 1 kilometer. And then the water layer is 10 kilometers from here. Which place is 10 kilometers from here? Muna is not that far. Glenorchy? No.
So far. Yeah, Claremont.
Okay, Claremont. Let's fix in Claremont. Okay, about 10 kilometers. So can you see the water layer is that long from here till Claremont, and then the fire is 100 kilometers. Wow, from here to 100k, which is a place 100k from here.
Launceston. Campbell Street.
Okay, Campbelltown, 100k from here. And then that is the fire, thickness of the fire layer. And the air, 1000k from here. Oh, we had to go.
Sydney. Oh, halfway to Sydney.
Yeah, maybe halfway to maybe Canberra. Assume Canberra. Can you see? From here till Canberra, that is the thickness of air layer. And now, it's a bigger challenge for the ether space. That is 10,000k.
India.
No, India is not even 10,000, I think. Isn't India is 10,000? Not that far. Or maybe US, yeah? Maybe. Can you see how distance is? And that is the layer of ether, right? Ether, right? Is it ether or? Ether. And the mind is then 100,000. Wow. Intelligence is 1 million. And false ego is 10 million. Isn't it? Can you imagine? These are the layers. Can you see? Even in our life, false ego is the biggest layer. Is the biggest obstacle, false ego. False ego means false identification. We think, I am the body, I am the mind. This is my friend, this is my enemy. This is false ego. Can you see? So can you imagine, so if it is 1 kilometer, if you consider the layer of earth, the false ego is 10 million kilometers. So can you get an idea about this anda, this Brahmanda? This is well thickly covered with material elements. So we are in this universe which is completely covered. We cannot see that far away. Everything is within this layer. That's why we can only see within this layer. Got an idea? And here you might have heard about sometimes 3 lords. Brahma, already we discussed about Brahma. Do you know which guna, which mode Lord Brahma is controlling? Passion, Rajogun, because creation, always active. Who is Lord Shiva? Here, can you see Lord Shiva? What is he doing? So Shiva we saw in the Vitala, but Lord Shiva here, Kailasa, Lord Shiva is residing. Which mode is he controlling?
Ignorance.
The mode of ignorance. Because destruction needs ignorance. So he brings that ignorance to destroy the world. And then, apart from that, we also have Vishnu. Can you see Vishnu there? Which Vishnu is that? Good eyesight, you can read. Kshirodakashai Vishnu. Vishnu sitting on the milk ocean. Kshirodakashai Vishnu. So he is the Paramatma of this every living entity. We speak about Paramatma, super soul. this Vishnu, what is the name of this Vishnu? Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. He is the Paramatma of individual living entities. Is that clear? He is holding these atoms in this universe together. Who is that in the corner? Durga Devi. Right? Durga Devi. She is the guardian. She is the jail warden of this material world. Can you see trident in her hand? What is the purpose of this trident? 3 kinds of kleshas she is giving. Have you heard about different kinds of difficulties that we go through? Pain from one's own body and the mind. We are well and fit and everything is good. Someone else will give us trouble. And if we are good, outside is good, then some problem from natural disaster. Can you see? Adi bhautika, adhyatmika, adhidevika, kleshas, 3 kleshas. So Durga Devi will not leave anyone. So she is protecting. So it is said her job is the best service to the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is very pleased with Durga Devi because she will not let anyone go from this world if one is not qualified. She will make sure that we live in this world. So the 3 bars are the 3 modes of material nature. They are the bars. We get entangled in this world. Good. So we got an idea of one universe, isn't it? All good? How many Vishnus did we understand so far? How many Vishnus? Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. What is the speciality of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu? Huh? Not creation. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu.
Brahma is
A lower region is lying, and from his navel comes the. Can you see? From his navel comes the lotus flower. All the universes are coming from. Yeah, not lower, upper, everything. Coming from his navel, from the lotus stem. All the planets are in the lotus stem, which are emanating from Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Clear? And Kshirodakashayi Vishnu we discussed, who is the Paramatma of all the living entities. Okay? And then we'll go further because all these universes in the egg form are emanating from the body of Mahavishnu or Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Can you see that? He is lying in the Karna ocean, and from his body's holes, all these universes in the Bija form, Anda form are emanating. And they are actually, all these universes are just emanating, it's just coming out like that. Can you see that? So these are the 3 Vishnus. So if you understand the Vishnus, here you can see the Vishnu, this is Mahavishnu, Karanodakashayi Vishnu, and then he will expand himself into Garbhodakashayi Vishnu because unlimited universes are emanating from Karanodakashayi Vishnu, and each universe has Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and he's lying in the Garbhodaka ocean, and this ocean is generated from the pore holes of his body. The water is emanating from, and that's how the Garbhodaka ocean is generated. And from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu comes the Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, who is the super soul of all the living entities. You understand the 3 Vishnus? Yeah. So moving further, so we went through this. So this is so many oceans are coming. Just like in the ocean, so many drops are there. Similarly, the universes are emanating from Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Can you see that? We are in one of the smallest universes. And in there are 14 planetary systems. Not 14 planets, 14 planetary systems. In each planetary system, there are different planets. And in that, we are in the middle planetary system, which is called Bhuloka. In that, a part, Earth, what we see, it's only Bhukhanda, it's only portion of it. Even the earthly planet or even this middle planetary system, we don't have the full access. We need karma to explore other parts of the planet. We cannot go. We are restrained to Bhukhanda, that is this Earth. The earth is only that Bhukhanda, that's it. And then, so there the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, from him comes, he's the super soul of the one universe. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is the super soul of one universe. And super soul of individual personalities, including us, that is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. And here the Karanadakshaya Vishnu, he is the super soul of all the universes. Okay? Any question? No?
So the planets are coming out of the breath of Karunadaksha Vishnu, or is just
From his body.
from his body?
From his body, 4 holes is coming here. But each exhalation and exhalation, it comes in and out. Okay. Okay, we are zooming out. Now, can you see the unlimited universes which are coming out? And can you see where this Brahmanda, one universe, is resting? Snake. Who is that snake? No, not Vasuki. Shesha. Sheshanag. It is mentioned that for Sheshanag, Sheshanag is ultimately expansion of Balaram. We have Balaram here. It ultimately is an expansion of Balaram. You can see a snake drawing on Balaram also. Because all Anantashesh is expansion of Balaram, and the same Anantashesh becomes the bed for the Supreme Lord. So for Sheshanag, for on his head, these universes are just like mustard seeds. He's not even knowing what's going on. So that simple it is for him. And this Sheshanag is the one who is constantly glorifying the Supreme Lord with his unlimited mouths. And his glorification is continuing for eternity. So this is one universe. And there are so many universes, and all these universes are coming from Mahavishnu or Karanadakshaya Vishnu lying in the Karana ocean. So this is a brief understanding of material world. Okay? Now let's go something more interesting, which is the spiritual world. So here, can you see this is a spiritual world? Let's see, I don't want to go all the way up now. I want to go down. Okay, maybe I have to show something else in between. Okay, it's okay. Okay. Can you see down? Oh, it's not so visible. Probably I'll make it a little bit visible. I'll show here. Can you see the in between the material and the spiritual world something? Brahma Jyoti. So the Brahma Jyoti becomes completely manifest in that region. So Brahma Jyoti means the spiritual effulgence. The yogis, mainly the jnanis, they are after the Brahma Jyoti. So the Brahma Jyoti is beyond the material realm, but not yet in the spiritual realm. In between. That is Brahma Jyoti, or the spiritual light. Can you see? That is a kind of boundary. However, in there, it is not like a permanent residency. It's a temporary residency you can get there. No permanent residency in Brahma Jyoti. It's for a very long time, but not till the eternity. That doesn't exist. So that is this Brahma Jyoti. And after the Brahma Jyoti, one has to go higher. That's where the spiritual world actually starts. So at that point, the spiritual world starts. And maybe you can show here itself. Can you see here in this who is here?
Sure.
Can you see this? So this is Kailasa. Here is Lord Shiva as Sadashiv resides here. Sadashiv. So there is a difference between Shiva in this world and Shiva in the boundary of the spiritual world. So the Shiva here in Kailasa, in Vitala, this Shiva is an expansion of Shiva in Kailasa. So in this Kailasa, there are two Kailasas. Here also there is a Kailasa, but this is a Kailasa in the beginning of the spiritual world. There Shiva has a function along with Mother Parvati. This Sadashiva has a function and his role is to protect the dham. To protect the dham. Why? Because Lord Shiva will not allow anyone and everyone to go to the spiritual world. So Lord Shiva is considered the dham pala. He protects the dham. If you go to any dham, Shiva you can find. Any dham of Vishnu you can find Shiva. For example, if you go to Vrindavan, Lord Shiva is there. He is the protector. He is the dham palak. Who is there? There is Gopishwar Mahadev is there. There is Chakaleshwar Mahadev is there. Can you see? So Lord Shiva is in Vrindavan also. He is the protector of the dham. If you go to Jagannath Puri, we have Lord Jagannath Balaya Subhadra Sudarshan here. If you go to Jagannath Puri, to go to Jagannath Puri, first we go to Bhuvaneshwar. Have you been to Bhuvaneshwar? Yeah. Bhuvaneshwar, who is the presiding deity in Bhuvaneshwar? Lingaraj, Lord Shiva. He is protecting. So like that, wherever you go, wherever Lord's abode is there, Lord Shiva will be there. Shiva will screen the people. He will do the screening, then only he will allow people to go, enter the dham. If you go to Mayapur, next to Lord Chaitanya's birthplace, there is Dhameshwar Mahadev. Dhameshwar is there. If you go to Guruvayur, have you been to Guruvayur? South India. You go to Guruvayur, there is Mammiyur is there. Next, where Lord Shiva protects. So similarly, if you go to Vishnu's abode, there will be always Lord Shiva, because he is the Param Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. Just Shivaratri just finished. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. Greatest of the Vaishnava in this world is Lord Shiva. So this is the realm of Lord Shiva. So he will not, if any yani try to go to abode of the Lord, Shiva will push them down. Shiva will not allow. Okay. And then higher, here itself we can see, higher is the, who is the abode of Vaikuntha-loka. Even before Vaikuntha-loka, I'll just show you something interesting in the Vaikuntha-loka. Can you see this here? Aishwarya Dham, it's an Aishwarya Dham. Can you see a quadruple expansion there? Who are they? Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. So here, this is the first quadruple expansion of Lord Narayan. Who resides in Vaikuntha-loka? Lord Narayan and Mother Lakshmi Devi. So Narayan's first expansion, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Can you see this Mahasankarshana there? Yeah. So from this Mahasankarshana comes, if you go down, can you see this Karnataka Vishnu? This Karnataka Vishnu is originating from Mahasankarshana in the Vaikuntha-loka. From that Mahavishnu comes Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. From that Garbhodakashaya Vishnu comes Kshirodakashaya Vishnu. So this is the abode of Lord Narayan, and here you can see all different planets of different incarnations of the Lord. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, all are in this region. Is that clear? All the Vishnu expansions, you can see them, they have their abode in this Vaikuntha-loka. Whether it's a fish incarnation or the tortoise or the boar, whatever incarnation, or a Vamana, Narasimha, half lion, half man, every incarnation has their abode in this Vaikuntha-loka. So presiding Lord in the Vaikuntha-loka is Lakshmi Narayan, and there are so many planets where all different kinds of incarnations are residing. And from that Narayan comes the first Chaturvyuha, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. From that Sankarshana comes the Vishnu, Karnataka Vishnu, from whom all the universes are coming. And he expands himself and enters each universe as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, and he further expands as Kshirodakashaya Vishnu to sit in the heart of all living entities. How is it? Too many things? As clear as mud. You got some idea, right? You got some idea what's going on. Any questions so far? What is the mood of Vaikuntha? Vaikuntha is the place of opulence. There, Lakshmi Narayan are like king and queen. They reside there, and everyone is like a subject. So they are all servants as Dasa and Dasi. They are like the king and the queen. So that is the mood of worship in Vaikuntha Loka. Yes? That is the mood of worship in Vaikuntha Loka. So there are no friends. There is no friends to Lord Narayan. No one can pat on his shoulder. Doesn't exist. There are no parents to Lord Narayan. I am the father of Lord Narayan. Doesn't exist. Can you see? So there the primary relationship is serviatorship, dasyavaras. Only conjugal relationship, husband-wife relationship is only with Lakshmi Devi. Everyone else, servants. Clear? So this is the mood of Vaikuntha. Now higher than there is another abode. That is, I don't know how far it is shown here. Before, I can show you. There is another abode. Higher than that is the Ayodhya Dham. Can you see Ayodhya Dham there? What is the speciality of Ayodhya Dham? Lord Ramachandra resides along with Mother Sita, Lakshman, Hanuman, and Bharat, Shatrughna. Everyone is there in the Ayodhya Dham. So Ayodhya Dham is considered superior to Vaikuntha Loka. Why? Lord Ram is considered superior to Vaikuntha, to Lord Narayan. Even though everyone is same, still he is considered superior. Why? In terms of a relationship. Lord Ramachandra, he has his father and mother, right? Even others also, even Kaikeyi, they are all motherly affection they have for Lord Ramachandra. So, relationship is not restricted to serviatorship. Rather, parental relationship is there. And there are some devotees who are equal to Lord Ram also. You remember the one who in the Lord Ram's pastime, the boatman who crossed the river. You remember that one? Who? Guha. Eh? Yeah, Ever means boatman, right? Yeah, Guha. His name is Guha, right? Guha. So Guha told Lord Ram, we are equal. He told Lord Ram, we are equal. I am also a boatman, you are also a boatman. Why? Lord Ram is a boatman.
He's carrying the soul.
Eh? Yeah, he is carrying us from the ocean of material existence. He is helping the flying through the ocean of material existence to the spiritual realm. In that way. So he spoke in a friendly way. For example, there is a friendly relationship. So Ayodhya Dham is considered superior because the relationships are more intimate, more sweet. But again, in terms of conjugal relationship, it's only one person, Mother Sita. He is Ekapatni Vrata, right? That is Lord Ram. Only he will only marry once. And that is Ayodhya Dham. And he has brothers. Lord Narayan, no brothers. But here in Narayan, no brothers, but Ayodhya, Lord Ram, brothers are there, parents are there, friends are there. So relationship has expanded in Ayodhya. So this is the spiritual abode of Ayodhya. Higher than that is Dwaraka. Why Dwaraka is higher than Ayodhya? Who is residing in Dwaraka? Krishna. Dwaraka Krishna. What is the speciality of Dwaraka Krishna? Has he got friends? Yes, some friends are there. Who is a friend? Arjuna, yes, a good one. Arjuna, he's in kind of in the Dwarka realm, we can say. Arjuna is a good friend. Even Bhima has some kind of friendly relationship. Of course, he's older still. So some kind of friendly relationships are there. So Krishna has friends in Dwaraka. Even Uddhava is the best among the residents of Dwaraka. So he has some friends are there. Has he got parents in Dwaraka? Who are the parents of Vasudev and Devaki? So parents are there. Then servants are naturally there are servants. And has he got wives in Dwaraka? How many? 16,108 wives. It's a big jump, isn't it? From Lord Ram's Ayodhya to Dwaraka. Lord Ram is Ekapatni Vrata, only one wife. He has vowed to have only one wife. So anyone who approached Lord Ram said, sorry, I cannot do it. I can only accept one wife. I have taken that promise. Can't do anything. Whereas Krishna has 16,108 wives. Who are they? How he married to so many wives? Any idea? Where are the 16,000 wives coming from? Any idea?
He rescued those
Exactly.
that they were captured by demons.
Bhomasu.
Demon.
They were harassed, so he rescued them. And then those they say no one will respect.
Exactly, that's right. So he rescued all these queens. And then they said, we've been touched by the demon and no one will accept us. So you had to accept us. Who else do we have? So Krishna said, okay, I'll accept all of you. So Krishna married individually all these 16,108 queens. How is it possible? So Krishna expanded himself. And Vasudeva and Devaki, they also expanded themselves. So many weddings going on simultaneously. So he married all of them. And how many palaces he had in Dwaraka? 16,108 palaces. Can you see the opulence of Dwaraka is far superior to Vaikuntha? And that's why Narada Muni wanted to test what's going on. Narada Muni was thinking maybe the same person, they'll be acting in the same way. So he went to the first palace where Krishna was playing with his children. Then Krishna ran and obeisance to the Narada Muni and did all the upacharas. Then after that Narada Muni went to the next palace. There Krishna was speaking to his queen and then left that and went and approached Narada Muni, welcomed him. Then he realized that these are all different Krishnas actually. These expansions of Krishna, they are all acting independently. It's not the same person, knowing everything. And then when Krishna goes to the assembly, this 16,108 Krishnas, they will become one. And Satyaki will drive the chariot and he will go to the Sadharma assembly hall. So this is what's happening in Dwaraka. There in the assembly, Krishna is not the king. Krishna is not the king. Who is the king? Ugrasen is the king. Can you imagine? So Krishna didn't accept the position of the king. But here can you see an expansion in terms of rasa, expansion in terms of enjoyment, having 16,108 queens and he has his children. He's enjoying different kinds of rasas. This is Dwaraka. And higher than Dwaraka is Mathura. Why Mathura is considered superior in one sense to Dwaraka?
That's the birthplace.
Yes, then
Krishna's childhood pastime.
no, Mathura childhood pastime didn't happen. Mathura, Krishna has, there is more motherly affection from Vasudeva and Devaki, right? Where did they meet first time? Krishna was born there, later they grew up, then again back to Mathura where first time Krishna again meeting with his parents Vasudeva and Devaki. So their affection is more manifested. And higher than that is Goloka Vrindavan, where all rasas find their perfection in Goloka Vrindavan. So where has Krishna got friends, servants? Krishna has servants. Taktaka, Patraka, Mathukangal, many servants are there. Then there are friends for Krishna. How many friends? So many friends. So many Gopas are there and so many friends are there. Dwadasha Gopalas, the principal friends are called Dwadasha Gopalas, the 12 intimate friends of Krishna. So Krishna has friends there and unlimited friends, so many Gopas. And their friends have full access to Krishna. In a wrestling match, if Krishna loses, then as a punishment, Krishna has to carry a Gopa on his shoulder. So this is the kind of relationship God has to his devotees. Krishna has to accept punishment from his devotees in the form of friends. This is God, he's enjoying. So that their friendship is completely equal level. And Krishna said, they tell, we have brought some sweets for you. Can you close your eyes, open your mouth? Just I will put some sweets in your mouth. Krishna opens the mouth and they put some bitter flowers in the mouth of Krishna. And they tell, chew now. Krishna chews, what bad taste it is. So how is it possible? Krishna has friends. So they are playing trick on Krishna. Everything is possible in Goloka Vrindavan. And Krishna every day goes with his cowherd boyfriends to Vrindavan. They have their picnic lunch there. So this is Krishna's enjoyment with his cowherd boys. So it is mentioned early in the morning, Krishna plays on his bugle and all the Gopas, they come with their own herds of cows and calves. And Krishna has his own cows and calves. And an ocean of cows and calves going into the forest of Vrindavan. And they are having fun time. The cowherd boys, some are jumping, some are running, some are following the shadow of birds, some are jumping into the water like monkeys, some are climbing up the trees and they are swinging. And some are running behind Krishna to touch Krishna. So the whole pastimes are going on in the forest of Vrindavan. So they are having such great time. So the Sakyaras, the mellow of friendship, finds its perfection in Goloka Vrindavan. And then Vatsalya, parental love. So the devotees who have parental affection for Krishna, that also finds its perfection in Goloka Vrindavan, who is the epitome of Vatsalya's parental love. Yashodama. Think about it this. Yashodama was showing the stick and Krishna was in complete fear. He was trembling in fear. This is the position of the devotees of Krishna. So the God is completely captured by the love of his devotees. This is Goloka Vrindavan. And Mother Yashoda was able to run with the stick behind Krishna. And Krishna was running in fear. Can you think about it? Yat bhirabi yat vibheti. Kunti Maharani says, how can I understand that the fear personified cannot stand in front of the Supreme Lord Krishna? Here, the same Krishna is in complete fear and being chased by Mother Yashoda with a small stick in her hand. And interestingly enough, the great yogis who are meditating in Himalayas, even though they are performing meditation for many, many lifetimes, still they are unable to capture Krishna, whereas Mother Yashoda was able to capture Krishna. We sing Namami Sharam Sachidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam. In that we can Prema Baddham. Krishna is completely bound by the love of Mother Yashoda. This is Goloka Vrindavan. It said Gopipis Tobipit Anyat Bhagavan Balachit Balavat Kochit Udgayati Kochin Muho Yantra Daruvat. It is mentioned the older gopis are telling Krishna, Krishna, you dance, we will, they are singing and they are clapping, you dance, we will give you some sweets. You dance, and Krishna is ready to dance. Can you see? Completely controlled by the love of his devotees. Daru Yantravat. Daru Yantra means like a puppet. You have the puppet show. A puppet is controlled by the puppeteer. Similarly, Krishna is being completely controlled by the love of his devotees. This is Goloka Vrindavan. Higher than the Vatsalya Ras, there is Madhurya Ras. And Krishna has how many gopis? Billions of gopis. We are now not talking about 16,108. We are talking about billions of gopis. They are having good time with Krishna. So in the Rasa dance, billions of gopis took part in Dasa dance, and Krishna was dancing with all of them. So this is the perfection of Shringara Ras, perfection of conjugal love. In that way, Vatsalya Ras, Shringara Ras, all rasas are complete in Goloka Vrindavan. So that's why it is mentioned Goloka Vrindavan is the topmost realm of the spiritual world, because you have the most intimate relationship with God, Krishna. God is available everywhere, but the most intimate relationship is only possible in Goloka Vrindavan. So that's what is shown here, Goloka Vrindavan. And that is the topmost realm where we can see, you can see Radharani and Krishna background, you can see Gopas and Gopis, and side of that you can see the pastime of Lord Chaitanya going on, all on the realm of Goloka Vrindavan. So any question? And as you can see, the whole spiritual world is in the shape of a lotus flower. So it's mentioned Krishna goes into the forest along with the cowherd boys, and the whole day they are going here and then, here and there, but evening they all have to come back, but they are now very far. How will they come back swiftly to home, to Nanda Bhavan? This lotus flower, they closes. Then Krishna just take a few steps, they are in Nanda Bhavan. So this is the transcendental lotus flower. 1,000 petaled lotus flower. This is the spiritual world. So we can see, if we go down, we can see the spiritual world. On top level, we can see Goloka Vrindavan. Down we can see Mathura, Dwaraka, Ayodhya. Then here we can see the realm of Narayan. And then Sadashiva, Brahmajyoti, and from Sankarshan there, all Vishnu, three Vishnus are coming, the material world. And now, the most interesting thing, we are stuck here in this material world, right? We are here. How can we go to the abode of Krishna? So here there is a thread you can see. Can you see a thread here? What is the thread? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Can you see? That is the mantra that can take us all the way from this material world to the spiritual world, because this mantra is nothing but names of Radha and Krishna. And Abhinnatum Nama Namino. There is no difference between Krishna's name and Krishna as a person. So Sanskrit, the word is Nama. Nama means name. Nami means one who possesses the name. So there is no difference between Nama and Nami. So when we say Krishna, Krishna is there as person. Only thing we lack realization. So this chart is presented to show that we are stuck in this material world, but we can go to the highest world in the spiritual realm, Goloka Vrindavan, simply by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So the process is so simple that we can miss it. Prabhupada said Krishna consciousness process is so simple that we can miss it, because his process is too simple. Do you think just chanting? We need some complicated processes. Kalotat Hari Kirtanat. In Kaliga there is no other means. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam Kalo Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatiranyadha. There is no other means, there is no other means, there is no other means than chanting names of Hari. That's why here, if you come to this place, devotees will ask, are you chanting? How many rounds are you chanting? Please increase your chanting. We think, why is it happening? Why everyone is stuck upon this? It is because this is the process for the sage, and we can experience how mind gets controlled, how we feel good when we chant Krishna's names. Yes? So, any questions or any comments? Or any plans anyone wants to share? Yes, Krishna. Hare Krishna.
For the wonderful explanation. Often I've heard that about many explanations and descriptions about the spiritual world and how it's so blissful, but sometimes it's kind of very hard to understand and realize that is this really real? Are we really going to get an opportunity to go there, experience it? So how do we convince and sort of a way convince ourselves that this is really tangible and we can experience it and
Yes.
people have gone there and experienced it?
We can experience, we get conviction about the experience over there by experiencing here. We get conviction that there is a spiritual world where we can experience all these rasas. We get that conviction by experiencing those rasas to varying degrees in this world. So the speciality of Bhakti Yoga is that even a neophyte has some experience of the ultimate results. So Jiva Goswami says that in other yogas, Jnana Yoga, other than theory, absolutely there is no experience. What is Brahman realization? A Jnani he's detaching, he's like a stone, but there is no positive experience whatsoever. Same with yogi, its initial stage is tough. But for a devotee, even a neophyte has some experience of higher rasa right in the beginning. It can be through various forms for various people. For example, some devotees or most of the devotees feel very great when we hear kirtan and chanting and dancing. We feel this is so special, this is such a blissful experience. Have you experienced? This is giving a taste, a drop of it. Yeah, this is how it is. Now try to see what is going to be the real singing and dancing. Sometimes it can be prasadam. No one can disagree. Some can be in the association of the devotees. So as we move on in our spiritual life, just here we get deeper and deeper experience. And from that experience, we develop a desire to serve Krishna, and we try to see serving Krishna, being with Krishna is so enjoyable. Hearing, thinking about Krishna is so enjoyable. So these kind of things will give us conviction. Yes, this is what I need. I want Krishna. This is the desire. That's why what is the price for pure bhakti, or what is the price to go back home, back to Godhead? It's not a ritualistic process. It's not just I believe in that. That is not enough. I have faith. No, it's not enough. What is that? Tatra laulyam abhimulyam ekalam janma kodi sukritairna labhyate. Only one price is there. Tatra, therefore, laulyam abhimulyam ekalam. Ekalam means one. Exclusive. Price. Mulyam. Price. What is that price? Laulyam. Laulyam means intense greed. Intense greed. If you want Krishna, there is only one qualification: intense greed to get Krishna. That is the only thing that is required. So in fact, one of the acharyas you can see on the altar, Prabhupada's guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, his guru, we can see Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji said, how can we get Krishna? He said only one answer. In Bengali he said, Dake, cry. What is that? How to get Krishna? Cry. Meaning, one is so desperate, I want Krishna. That crying. One is so desperate, then Krishna will come. So Prabhupada said, what's the mood of chanting? Just as a baby, cry for the mother. Why? Because mother knows if the child is throwing tantrums, mother knows, let it play a little bit, it's okay. But the child is really crying for the mother, then the mother will run and come. Similarly, Krishna will come when we are really crying for that. So our practice, our experience in this world in itself gives conviction and desire to go back to Godhead. So it's not a ritualistic process. Or it's not about, I have been chanting for 30 years. I have been chanting the whole life. Not enough, not good enough. I have been chanting for many lifetimes. Not good enough. Bahu janma kari hari shravanam kirtanam tabudana paye Krishna pade premadhan. I have been chanting for many births, birth after birth. Still I haven't got love of Godhead. Can it? Tabudana paye Krishna pade premadhan. I didn't develop love for Krishna. So this is not a subscription process. You subscribe, everything is okay. Do you have faith? Do you have faith? Okay, everything is done. No, that is not. It has to flourish. It has to come to the point we are desiring, I really want Krishna. Make sense? Then Krishna will come.
Prabhuji, when you explain, there are some descriptions like the lotus flower stemming from the lotus.
Yes.
And the
Exactly.
in the universe. Are all of this to be taken literally? Like, is there literally a lotus flower coming?
Yeah.
Literally water, fire, air?
Yeah, it's literal. These things are literal. Yeah. There is a lotus flower. Because,
And is there something that we should just.
but we shouldn't see this lotus flower like, we go to the pond and we see a lotus flower. We are talking about subtle realm. So when you talk about lotus and everything, it's on a subtle plane. It's not that we can go and see the lotus and we can pinch one of the lotuses. It doesn't work like that. The stem, when you talk about stem also, it's not necessarily, it is more poetic description here, green. Not necessarily it's made of green color, and as you see here. When you see this, okay, you can see a green. Where is the green color, green stem? Not necessarily. It's an artistic depiction. But it's in the shape of a stem and there is a lotus. But it is not just the experience of lotus that we have in our limited experience. Our experience is very minimal. I have seen lotuses kind of in the lotus family. If you're going to Auckland, I went to the, I think it's a national park or something there, or a zoo around that area. I saw in the water the lotus, this big. So I understood, oh, this is true actually. There are big lotuses. It may not be exactly the same, it's the same family, lotus family. In the water, huge, this big. So it's possible. But not necessarily, because since it's the abode of Brahma and it's higher, can you see subtle? Can you written subtle? So it's not really lotus as we consider. It's not the gross lotus, so it's different. So literal means you cannot take it literally like the lotus that we see. It can be artistically depicted like that, but we really don't know exactly how it is. If you go to the spiritual abode, that is also lotus. That is spiritual lotus. We can't even see. Karnigaram Mahad Brahma, Brahma Samhita explains, Sahasra Dalapatram, 1,000-petal lotus, and the Karnigaram in the hall of the lotus, Radha and Krishna are there. So there's a lot of descriptions like that. Yeah.
But it's so huge that you can't conceive it.
No, we can't conceive.
And that's why you don't see it. Like you see the earth globe from outside as a view. You see earth, okay, it's round.
Yes.
While we're sitting here, how can we
We
see
cannot
it?
see
We
that,
can't
yeah.
conceive the earth
Yes.
as a whole.
Yes. So it's a difficult view. So this perspective, from a spiritual perspective, they can see what it is. So everything is clearly mentioned, described. Yes.
Prabhuji, as chanting is a difficult practice, it requires a lot of attention, a lot of time also, at least an hour or two of the day. And you said that it may take years and years and years of practice. How do we keep that consistency, and how do we keep on keeping that faith, even knowing that this is a long process, not a short-term thing that we're going to achieve? And how do we keep on keeping faith and consistency at the same time?
The thing is, if we have a fire and we want to boil a pot of water, fire can be a strong fire and can be a pot of water. Now, question is, how long will it take this fire? Fire has all capacity to boil the water. How long will it take to boil the water?
Depends on the fire, how strong the fire is.
A strong fire. Fire is strong.
How much water there is?
Okay, there is a decent quantity of water as well. So, how long will it take? A few minutes. That's a good answer. It depends on the distance between the pot and the fire. Is it true? If it is very close, if the fire is really touching the pot, then maybe a few minutes, right? 5-10 minutes, maybe it will get boiled. Or maybe half an hour if it's a big pot. That's okay. But if you keep the fire away, then it's not going to happen. And if it is far away, maybe the pot may be experiencing some warmth, but it's not sufficient to boil the water. So spiritual life is like that. So in the spiritual life, what we invest, that's what we are going to get. We'll get multiple times, but we had to invest something. So now the question is, do we want to chant properly, attentively? We need to put some effort. If we put some effort in our chanting, rather than making it ritualistic, one will see that one is getting more and more benefit. If one practices without quality, I'll tell you what happens. After some time, one will tell that the process is not working. Chanting for 2 years, 2 rounds, I cannot feel anything, or it's just a drag. Why is it? Because the quality is not given. So quality and quantity both are very important. So we had to come. That's why quantity is very important. 1 or 2 rounds not enough. We need to chant more. How many rounds are you chanting? Trying. 10 rounds you are chanting. How many rounds are you chanting? 16. So can you see this is substantial. 10 rounds means substantial number of rounds. 8, 10 rounds means substantial. So we need to build our chanting. We need to get to some numbers so there is enough fire. Somebody asks, how much fire, how much water? Same question comes here. How much fire means we need some decent number of 1, 2 rounds. It's good in the beginning. From no chanting to 1 or 2 rounds is good. But it has to increase to come to the first 1 or 2 rounds to at least 4 or 5 rounds to 8, half, 10, 2 digits, then 16. So one has to give some time. For so many lifetimes we have given so much of time for these material things. Now is the opportunity to give time for our spiritual life. And do that attentively, then you will find. You can find. And in the association of the devotees, how we keep the faith? In the association of the devotees with knowledge. We need to know what we are doing. We cannot do it blindly. Bhagavad Gita. So actually, if you study all these books, they are very interesting. If we get into it, studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, other books, very interesting. So that will nourish our intelligence, and attentive chanting will be supported by knowledge and our dedication for practice. Then we can see, okay, it's working. We may not be perfect, but it's working. Does that make sense? Anything further? Yes, Prabhu.
Where is the abode of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Yeah, abode of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is right here in the topmost realm of Goloka Vrindavan. You can see on the side, Mahaprabhu is dancing very slightly. Can you see yellow dress? Yellow clothes. Can you see next to Krishna? Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda. So the Lord Chaitanya's abode, Navadvip Dham, is on the level of Goloka Vrindavan, on the side of Goloka Vrindavan. Why? Because Lord Chaitanya is none other than Radha and Krishna combined. Radha Bhava Dhyuti Suvalitam Navami Krishna Swarupam. Lord Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. You can see next to Krishna, you can see a yellow personality. Can you see that? Yeah. That's Lord Chaitanya. So it's on the same level as Goloka Vrindavan.
Do I see Srila Prabhupada?
Srila Prabhupada, not as Srila Prabhupada we see here. When he appeared here, Srila Prabhupada will be in his original form. Original form, in the spiritual body. Yes. Like, have you heard about Rupa Goswami? Some of you might have. Disciple of Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, Rupa Goswami in the form of Rupa Manjari is waiting in the spiritual world to engage all ISKCON devotees in Krishna service. So that's the reality. We are dealing with reality. We are serving here so that we can go and serve there. We are chanting here so that we can continue our chanting. So the gift of chanting is more chanting. This is spiritual reality. It's not to stop chanting. Somehow that I can chant 16 rounds, I can finish the business. This is a material thought. But we are chanting so that we can chant more. We are serving so that we can serve more. We are singing so that we can sing more. We are dancing because we can dance more. This is the amazing thing in the spiritual life. Whatever here, we are practicing. Actually, we are practicing. Think about this. The spiritual world, it is said, every step is a dance and every word is a song. So we are getting trained in it. Okay? Yes, Prabhu.
If someone goes to Ayodhya Dham as opposed to Golok Vrindavan
Yes.
or Vaikuntha Dham, would they still be happy in what position they
Yes,
are?
that is the interesting thing. People go to respective abodes within the spiritual world according to their relationship with the Lord. So they will be perfectly satisfied in that relationship. It's not that somebody goes to Vaikuntha Loka because they have that kind of relationship with the Lord. That's why they will be a servant of the Lord and they go to Vaikuntha Loka. After going there, they are telling, job. I'm still in the middle management
Grass
position.
is greener on
Yeah,
the other side.
I'm still in the middle management. I really want to go top of the, in the corporation, It's not like that. So they are completely satisfied there. So the envy competition is in this world. That's why we have these kind of questions, If you go there, what will happen? Am I satisfied or is there competition? Look, I am doing good. You are still down, If you get 2 more promotions, you can come to me. No, it's not exactly like that. That is material world.
But people still compare here in this material world, oh, we have to go to Goloka Vrindavan Dham, because of course that's all the rasas there.
Yeah, so that will be revealed. If once the rasa is different, some other thing will be revealed within the heart. So first is purify. First get out from all other desires. We have so many other desires to deal with here. So the spiritual desires will become more prominent when the material desires are down and we have more desire to serve Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Since the chanting process is so long and over long,
What do you mean by so long? It's very short.
as in we're doing it every day.
Yeah, but it is nothing, because you think about the devotees in Brahma's Loka, trillions of years they are waiting. The demigods in the heavenly planets, they are thinking it is better to take birth in the human form, because we can chant in a span of 70, 80 years, we can go back home, back to Godhead. Whereas we are stuck in the demigod body, where the distractions are so much, because of so many Urvashi, Menaka, Rambha, Tilotama, so many are dancing and we are completely distracted. And that too we have to live for 10,000 years. Here 80 years, already suffering is there. We can go back home, back to Godhead. Here we also get bewildered by some Rambha, Tilotama here, that's all right. But after that, all this illusion will go away very fast in this world. It's a matter of few years. Few years we may feel like, okay, this or that. Then we'll get clear and we think, this is a world of suffering, let's go back home, back to Godhead. So even the demigods are waiting in queue to take birth here. In the Bharata Varsha, especially in the age of Kali, the great sages say that they worship the age of Kali. It's the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. But the great sages, they worship the age of Kali because for a short span of time, by engaging in Sankirtan Yajna, one can go back home, back to Godhead. So we have Boxing Day sale here. Still running, Boxing Day sale.
Long sale.
So go back home, back to Godhead. Just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And we say that we make it so difficult. Chanting so difficult. 1 hour, too much of time. But phone, how much time are we sending? Just see. 2 hours, too much of time. It's just a matter of our interest, our desire. Time is there. Plenty of time is there for everything. Krishna says, Kalosmi, I am the time personified. If you want time, I will give you time. You want time? Krishna will give you time. That's all. If you have the desire, Krishna will give you time, no problem. If you have desire to chant 16, he will give time for chant 16 rounds. That's all. Pray to Krishna. He will provide everything. He is time himself. Clear? Anything further? Okay? Good? So now there is Jadharagni is burning. Fire in the stomach. So we have prasadam soon. Yes. So thank you. So now you are our most important group, important devotees. You are the hope for Hobart. So you have to actually take it up, honestly speaking. We cannot only have, Ritesh Prabhu, running around, Mataji cooking. We cannot just have, 1 or 2 people, but we need more devotees really taking responsibilities, practicing nicely, showing the best example for everyone. That is a big service. What is the big service? Dedicating oneself to understanding all this, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the first service. Even the first service to Guru, even if one is getting initiated, the first service chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the first service. Everything else follows. Can you see? So you all have great responsibility. So do it. Yes? So any support, we are all there. But it is your desire, it's your life, it's your time. So you had to make that call, what you want to do. Everything is accessible here. The best thing is, even though no temple, nothing here, but we have the association of the devotees. That is even more important than a temple. Temple without association of no use. But association of the devotees is the most important. Okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Amazing session.
Hare Krishna.